Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday. I know many of you are from the West Coast, Midwest, and some from Europe as well. So I welcome you wholeheartedly to this really special event. The whole theme today is going to be around music, meditation, and all the joy and the fun that comes from all of it. I wanted to talk to you about the experience we feel, say when we go out to the mountains on a hiking trip, when we go to an art gallery, watch a beautiful, beautiful painting, when we go to a concert, and that music really touches our soul and nourishes something deep inside. And you feel this immense peace, this otherworldly joy. Have you ever wondered why? Have you ever wondered if you could just make that joy, that peace that you feel, a part of you and take it with you? A lot of us spend a lot of time running away from our day-to-day lives, trying to find this peace in the mountains, in the nature, in paintings, art, and of course music. What if we could actually get that peace inside of us and keep it with us? And what if in that peace we actually experience these things again? Wouldn't it be of a whole different level? Today's session is going to give you a glimpse of what that could be if we could instill that sense of joy and peace as part of who you are rather than seek it outside. Welcome again. I wanted to, for those who've been joining us on this multiple stage journey, this is the last of 3 sessions we have had over the last 3 weeks, November 2020. And this one is themed around music and the power of music in all shapes and forms to help us in our meditations. And for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, I encourage you to look down below in the description. We are going to put the links of the previous 2 sessions that were a lead up to this session. Go at your own leisure, follow along. These can be played, replayed many times again on YouTube on this specific channel. And you will get to feel that whole journey we went through. But if you're thinking, did I miss out? Am I going to find it difficult to catch up? Don't worry about it. We're going to start from the basics. And today's session is extra special. So you come to the best session of them all, where we've brought together artists and musicians across America who are going to share with you their music, their experiences. And actually one of the sessions is a guided meditation using music. And music comes in many shapes and forms, and we hope today's session gives you a glimpse of everything that could come under the umbrella of music. So, to get you excited about what we're going to do today, we're going to just go back and touch on balance and what that means to our personality. And we're going to have a meditation on it as well. And for those who are joining us for the first time, it's going to be very simple. And we're going to ease you into meditation. We're going to have 2 guided meditations as always. One of them is going to be led by a musician. We're going to talk to musicians. We have 3 different musicians of all different backgrounds, different experiences that are going to come together and talk about their musical journey, yes, but also about how Sahaja Yoga meditation has been a powerful tool in their lives. Of course, we're not going to let them go without them performing for us. So we have Western vocals, string instruments, as well as Indian classical lined up for you. We're going to do the video of the week, as we always do. It's a special video on Shrimati and her method. I think that's also another beautiful video where you get to learn about Sahaja Yoga and its worldwide impact. I know we're teaching this in a certain context, but remember I told you this is being practiced on 85 countries of the world, and that'll give you a glimpse into it. And last but the most important, actually, definitely not the least, we're going to talk to you about the journey forward, how to take this forward, how to join us in our personalized sessions where you can get the jump start to your meditation journey and make it part of your lifestyle as an important tool that has the potential to truly transform your life. Excited? Yes, I am definitely excited. Hope it comes through this little camera we have here. First up, without much ado, as we always do, let's jump in and actually get into meditation. For those of you who have been enjoying the previous two sessions, this will be very familiar, but even if it's not, it's going to be very simple, and we're going to have a slide that tells you how we're going to do this. Game? Okay, let's get started. Now, today's session is going to be a mixture of meditations and performances. So I want you to sit back, relax. If you're sitting down, like find something with a backrest and relax, so that you can join us in our meditations and of course enjoy the performances as well when you'll have your eyes open. I would recommend putting it on a large screen, a TV, a big monitor, or an iPad, rather than a cell phone. But if you're doing it on a cell phone, the audio quality is still going to be pretty good. Now sit back, relax, and just completely relax your body and put both your hands on your lap, flat on your lap, just like the picture shows. And we're going to gently close our eyes, but first I will show you the positions we are going to use. Both hands on our lap is the starting position. We're going to then place our right hand on Mother Earth or towards the earth. Next up, we're going to take our left hand and place it up facing the sky, pointing towards the sky, the middle image. This is for the right channel. And then towards the end, we're going to sit and balance each other. Okay? For those who know it, we're going to do the raising of the Kundalini and the Bandhan. Remember, we talked about the protection of our meditative aura that we're going to do. So how you do this is you take your left hand, place it in front of your spine, and slowly turn your right hand in clockwise direction, circular motions, up to the top of your head, and you tie a knot at the top. If you're not familiar with it, don't worry about it. You can just watch, and the next session you can join along. Do it again, and then this time we do 2 knots. Right? And the third and final time we do 3 knots at the top. Okay. Now we will place our left hand on our lap and we'll do the rainbow movement. We start with the right hand above our left hand, go up above the top of our head, bring it down on the right, and slowly we will lift it back up over the top of the head and bring it down. We'll do this 7 times for the 7 energy centers. And close your eyes and do this and try to feel the energy flow. This is called a bandhan. It's to protect you. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now sit back, completely relax. Both hands open on your lap. This symbolizes a receiving position, an open position. Meaning you're open to experiences, open to the flow of this energy. Take a few deep breaths in, hold it, out, hold it. Do this at your own pace. Just get your attention to settle inside. Breathe in, hold it for a few seconds. Breathe out, hold it for a few seconds. Now take your right hand and place it towards the earth. If you're seated on a chair, just point it towards the earth. If you're sitting on the ground, just place it gently on the earth. With your attention, try to feel your connection to the earth. Where your feet touch the ground, where your hand touches the ground, where your body touches the ground. Here we will say to the mothering energy within us, the Kundalini, Mother, please remove all the imbalances in my left channel. Or you can say, Mother, please make me balanced in my emotions. Please balance my emotions. Please take away all the sadness, the melancholy, the lethargy that I have within me, and let me feel the joy of the Spirit. Just express this desire. You just have to wish for it, desire for it. And the energy does its magic. Remember, meditation is not in the doing, it's in the letting go and the experiencing. Let me feel the joy of the Spirit. Mother, please give me the joy of the Spirit. Now gently bring your right hand back to your lap, again open, and we'll raise our left hand up, pointing towards the sky like you see in the slide. You can gently rest your elbow against your body so it's comfortable. Remember that it's your attention that is doing the magic. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, just relax your body. Don't strain yourself. What we're doing here is letting out all the heat, all the imbalances from our right channel into the ether. Right hand open on your lap, left hand pointing towards the sky. Here we will say, Mother, please remove all the imbalances in my right channel. Please remove all the excessive thinking, planning, worrying that I do. Take away all my futuristic projections. And please bring my attention to the present moment. I am not my thoughts, I am not my worries, I am not this stress, this anger. Please bring my attention to my spirit. Free me from all these burdens. Please balance my right side. I know some of you may be feeling a lot of thoughts. Don't fight them. Just detach yourself from them and witness them. Because you are the spirit. It's the mind that indulges in all this thinking. Say neti, or not now, not this, not now. Now gently bring your hand back to the lap. Now we'll put our attention on the central channel. Slowly with our right hand, we'll raise our right hand up through the central channel to the top of our head. Gently place our hand at the top of our head. Apply slight pressure. Bring your hand back to the lap. We'll spend a couple of minutes enjoying this silence. Hands open on our laps, body completely relaxed. Our attention at the top of our head. Completely happy, joyous to be in the present moment and away from all the thoughts that take us away to the past or the future. Spend a couple of minutes silent meditation. Gently open your eyes. Just without thinking, just look at what's in front of you. Witness it without thinking. Just watch. Okay, cool. So how was that? Did you guys enjoy it? Good. I hope it wasn't too difficult for those of you trying this out for the first time, we try to keep it very simple. Remember, it's all in settling your attention, and use this as a tool for you to slowly grow into that experience. And essentially, meditation is not in the doing, it's in the experiencing. And by more you let go and allow this energy inside you to take over, it'll work its magic. Make sense? Okay, so help me out a bit. I want to get to know who's on the line. In the chat box, can you share your name or where you're from? And if this is your first session or you've attended the last 2 sessions as well, that'll be great to get to know you. And also, how did you feel in this meditation? Did you feel any kind of sensations on your hands or at the top of your head? Did you feel that silence, that state of thoughtless awareness that we keep talking about in Sahaja Yoga? That's the beginning of the meditation experience, right? Remember, I said this 2 weeks ago. It's about mind emptiness, not mindfulness. The silence inside takes over, heals, cures, nourishes everything, right? Make sense? Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention was many of you have actually been attending the personalized guided sessions, asking some really good questions. So we're going to talk about it a little bit more after, but remember, we have personalized sessions on Zoom calls where you get one-on-one interaction, you get to ask questions, you get guided meditations, of course, and we're going to provide that to you today, but they're on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and they'll be coming. And if some of you have attended those sessions, just put it in the chat box. Let us know how you enjoyed them, what you felt. Cool. So now we'll get to the meaty part of today's presentation, which is going to start with 3 really wonderful musicians who have joined us and will be a part of today's session. First up is Angela. Angela is originally from South America, Colombia actually, and she comes from a very interesting background. She started off very spontaneously learning music. She actually learned opera singing. She learned musical education. She's actually a degree in musical education, teaching music to children. And on a spontaneous trip, she actually went to India and joined a music academy there. And she got exposure to Indian classical music as well. So she is an eclectic mix of international music, and you'll see she's a really wonderful artist. She's going to perform for us, and we're also going to chat with her a little bit to understand her journey and how she's enjoyed her learnings inside yoga meditation. Next up is a really special artist. He's a Grammy, Oscar, and Golden Globe nominated songwriter. A lot of you may recognize his songs from the movie Shrek, and he's going to join us playing what's the Indian slide guitar. It's called the Hansa-Veena, Hansa meaning swan. It's shaped like a swan, and really special person. Used to be part of the Counting Crows, but I don't want to steal his thunder. Our conversation with him will help us get a glimpse into what a true rock star's life looks like, especially when you're meditating. Yeah? Excited? Okay, cool. Last but not the least, we have Amrit Namiyar. He hails from South India, just like me. He has a background in Carnatic music, which is the classical form of music in South India. But in recent years, last couple of decades, he's done a lot of vocal performances in Hindustani, and he is, especially for this program, agreed to be leading a music-based meditation. So he's going to use the ragas in the traditional Indian classical system to help us lead through a guided meditation. So I think you'll really enjoy that. Excited? I am very much. So let me set this up for Angela Cruz, who is going to perform two very special songs for us. So first we will listen to her music, and then we will have a little bit of a chat with her. She's going to perform two songs. The first one is in Spanish. It's goes by My Mother's Hands, and it's a beautiful, beautiful song. It's by a famous Argentinian singer called Mercedes Sosa, and it talks about, from a child's perspective, the mother's hands, how they nourish, how they protect, how they liberate and turn a child's life into a magical place, because of everything that a mother's hands do for her child. And if you take it in the larger context of life, we all need that loving mother's hands. The next song is a very famous American song called Over the Rainbow. Judy Garland originally sang it in the original 1939 Wizard of Oz, but you'll get to hear Angela's take on it. Excited? Okay, shift over to Angela Cruz, who's going to be performing two special songs for us.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. They know I can die. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world, 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 wonderful world. Las manos de mi madre parecen pájaros en el aire, historias de cocina entre sus alas heridas de hambre. Las manos de mi madre saben qué ocurre por las mañanas cuando amasan la vida, horno trono de barro, pan de esperanza. Las manos de mi madre llegan al patio desde temprano. Todo se vuelve fiesta cuando ellas juegan junto a otros pájaros, junto a los pájaros que aman la vida y la construyen con los trabajos. Haré de la leña, harina y barro, lo cotidiano se vuelve mágico, se vuelve mágico. Las manos de mi madre me representan un cielo abierto y un recuerdo añorado, trapos calientes en los inviernos. Ellas se brindan cálidas, nobles, sinceras, limpias de todo. ¿Cómo serán las manos del que las mueve? Gracias a Dios. Las manos de mi madre llegan al patio desde temprano. Todo se vuelve fiesta cuando ellas juegan junto a otros pájaros, junto a los pájaros que aman la vida y la construyen con los trabajos. Haré de la leña, harina y barro, lo cotidiano se vuelve mágico, se vuelve mágico. Se vuelve mágico, mágico. Se vuelve mágico, se vuelve mágico. Oh, oh, oh. Se vuelve mágico.
Hello, Angela. Thank you so much for joining us on this special journey. This 3-week series we have been doing has been a special one, and it's culminating in this music and meditation session. So it's lovely for you to join us and be part of this, and give us a glimpse into how music can be a really special thing as you build this meditation journey. Um, Tell me, before anything else, how did this love for music start? Where did you begin this musical journey?
Hi, Suhas, and hi, everybody. Thank you for having me today. I am originally from Colombia, South America, and I am part of a big family of 6 brothers and sisters, plus mom and dad. And yes, music is my passion. And I was lucky to be part of this family in which music was part of our daily life. As we were so many kids, my parents did not have the means to take us to formal music lessons when we were small. But instead, they bought for us many instruments that we practically learned spontaneously. So we had guitars, we had many other string instruments, we had flutes, traditional Colombian instruments. And I remember after coming back from school, we spent hours sitting together, singing, composing songs, and enjoying our childhood. Then years passed, and as a suggestion of my high school music teacher, I joined the musical education program in a university. And years later, I graduated and I became a music teacher mainly for kids.
Awesome. I love the whole family sitting around jamming together. That's awesome. Uh, I've always believed in the power of music, and I've listened. I've been a big fan of your music, especially the Madre song that I'm very familiar with. That was one of the first songs I heard from your collections. Um, Give us an idea of the power of music as a tool in our meditations. How does it help us? How does it lift us in our journey?
Yes, as you said, music is one of the tools. And I think we should try to find a tool that is more convenient to us and more related to our likings and personalities. And I find in music a way that gives me permission to feel and to express. And first of all, music carries vibrations or divine energy because music is sublime. I found out that when I use music, my mental activity decreases because it works directly on my energy centers and channels. In the same way, music allows me to be much more in the present moment. So I think for meditation, music is something we need to feel and not to understand. That is very important to feel and not to understand. We all know that we have scales, ragas, theory, notations, everything is there. But music is something that we have to feel. And the most important thing is how this music connects us with this divine energy.
Wow. To feel and not to try and understand. That fits in so beautifully with the theme we are going with, right? Of going beyond the mind, of this mental thought process and experiencing it. And that rings so true for music as well. Um, Speaking of which, I know you teach Sahaja Yoga meditation in different places, schools. I know you've done it in libraries and community events as well. What, in your words, are the benefits of doing Sahaja Yoga meditation?
Yes, I would say that Sahaja Yoga is an amazing technique that we may always fail to describe its potential and unique approach. I can tell you what you may be waiting to hear, that it helps our health, our mind, our body, that it balances our emotions, but I think it goes beyond. And what amazes me more about Sahaja Yoga meditation is that this knowledge is for every one of us. We are all so different, and this technique helps us in different ways based on our background, our upbringing. It enhances our qualities, cures our problems, helps us to overcome our issues and shortcomings, and makes us more human, I think. So to me, Sahaja Yoga meditation is a perfect combination of science, spirituality, mixed with a very practical approach to life. And it is ready for us. Like when someone makes a delicious meal and it is ready. We just have to sit at the table and eat.
Yes, a delicious meal that we all want to dig in on. So I know this is going to sound a little personal, but from your own unique perspective, right? Could you give us a glimpse into how meditation, Sahaja Yoga, has helped you grow, helped you in life, experience its joys, experience its challenges? Give us a feel for how this journey has been for you.
Yes, I can tell you that Sahaja Yoga applies to every aspect of our lives. As a musician, meditation enhances my creativity and, more importantly, opens my heart. Music is not a profession anymore. It is a tool that I use to find balance, to reduce my thoughts, and to feel joy. And as a woman, Sahaja Yoga exposes me to different situations that helps to build my personality. And I would say, as a human being, it makes me feel that what it goes beyond, it is this divinity that takes care of my life. So I think here I am not talking only about myself, but I am talking about anybody because this knowledge applies to everyone, to people from different cultures, different backgrounds, and it can be their own individual journey.
Very true indeed, very true. It's almost amazing how it can be customized to that individual and their own journey at their own pace, and that's the miraculous part of it. Thank you so much, Angela, for joining us and sharing your thoughts. We really look forward to the sessions we have and the performances we have lined up.
Thank you, Suhas, and thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So it was the year 2002, I think. I was a young college student in Philadelphia, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, I want you to meet someone, so keep your evening free." I said, "Sure, fine. Let's do that." And in the evening, he came, picked us up. He took us to a nearby auditorium. It was called the Liacouras Center in downtown Philadelphia. And he said, "We have tickets for a concert." Being the Indian boy, I recently arrived in America. I was still getting used to the culture, the country. I was open to many new experiences, and I followed along. So we were going to this auditorium, and I see it's a 10,000 seater auditorium, jam packed, full. There's not a seat empty. The only seats were the 3 seats for me and my friends. And the excitement was palpable. And once the artist, it was a rock band, came onto the stage, and everybody around us started jumping and shrieking and and they started performing, and everybody was singing along. It was a surreal sight. I had never seen anything like that ever in my life. And I did not realize music, especially that kind of music, could have that impact. It only got better. After the concert was over, my friend took me backstage. He said to meet this really special person. I was wondering where he was taking us. We passed through a huge crowd of groupies, went inside to the back where there were 5 big buses, each one dedicated to a single artist in the rock band called the Counting Crows. The bus I went into was a luxury vehicle with a bed, bath, music equipment, everything in the bus. And that was Matt Malley's bus. And that was the height of the popularity of this amazing 90s band called Counting Crows. Matt took us in, served us drinks, and then took us, me, my friend, the 3 of us, out for dinner in a tiny little Chinese restaurant around the corner. And one of his fans followed him all the way through, and he invited him over to dinner with us as well. And in that Chinese restaurant, he actually shared about Sahaja Yoga meditation with this fan and introduced him to meditation right there in the middle of that setting. Imagine my experience seeing this. Imagine me meeting my first rock star ever in my life. And imagine the humility of the man. Even though he was a big star of the band Counting Crows, he was humble enough to be with us, to take part with us and take us out for dinner. That was my introduction to Matt Malley, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to him today. He's going to be sharing his life journey, his meditation and music journey, and also going to be doing a special performance for us. Over to Matt Malley.
My name is Matt Malley, and I've been practicing Sahaja Yoga since 1987, Sahaja Yoga meditation, and in 1990, about 3 years later, I co-founded a very popular rock band called Counting Crows, and I played bass on their biggest singles and albums, and Counting Crows went on to sell 20 million records, and we did world tours, the whole thing. We did TV shows, Conan O'Brien, David Letterman, The View, Good Morning America. We did it all. I'm happy. I'm a happy musician, and because I'm very lucky to have had a rewarding career in music. And when I left Counting Crows in 2005, I got an Oscar nomination as a film composer, and then a Golden Globe and a Grammy as a songwriter nominations. So it's been a great ride, and and I love talking to seekers of truth, because before Counting Crows started, I was reading all of the books. I was a genuine seeker. I was reading the Joseph Campbell and Alan Watts and all and then I got into the Bhagavad Gita and the Ramayana and the Bible, and I was looking for the truth in all of these writings, all of the scriptures. I was about 23 at the time. This was like 1986, and I just started getting this feeling of anxiety that life's ticking by, and is it really going to be just this mediocrity throughout life? And I just started seeking and learning how to meditate, trying different meditations. And in 1987, I discovered Sahaja Yoga meditation. And when I first heard Shimataji talk, the things that she was saying was, to me, a bullseye. It was, her speeches were describing the nail on the head to me. And so I started meditating in Sahaja Yoga, and I noticed over the years that I've gotten less reactive. Like, you know how when you get out in your car and there's just so much aggression, there's somebody that's going to be tailgating you, or somebody angry at you, or you get to work and there's somebody that bothers you. Over the years, when meditating every day, just like anything you practice every day, like an instrument, over the years you start to improve, over months or weeks even. And if you're really determined, you can get there faster. But just like watering a garden, Sahaja Yoga is nurturing the Kundalini and letting it expand over time. And as this happens, I've found that I've become less reactive. I can recognize, like, when I'm in a nice state, a meditative state, and if somebody is being rude or mean, often I'll feel sad for them, if you know what I mean. Instead of feeling like I need to correct them because I deserve respect, I'll feel sad for them because I feel like they're hurting. It's hard to describe, but a feeling of compassion instead of reaction is a good way to describe what meditation has done for me personally. And anyway, and Shrimataji told me years ago to study the Indian slide guitar. And so I've become a lifetime student of this instrument, and I would love to play it for you. This is called a Hans Veena. Hans is swan, and it's a really beautiful instrument from India. And it's a slide guitar inspired by Hawaiian slide guitar. I think his name is Bridge Cabra. Bridge Cabra went to Hawaii in the 1960s, brought back a Hawaiian slide guitar, and basically blazed a trail of a new instrument in Indian classical music, Bridge Cabra. And Shimataji told me to try to learn this instrument. So it's become my lifetime journey being a student of Indian classical music. So I would love to play this for you. And what I'm studying at this time is Rag Bhopali. And Rag Bhopali is a 5-note scale in the raga. And Shimataji has described different ragas will put vibrations into different chakras. And the Rag Bhopali specifically puts vibrations into the 6th chakra, which helps you think less and enter into meditation easier. So I would love to play my version, my student version of Rag Bhopali for you. Thank you.
That was special, wasn't it? Cool. So why don't you go in the chat and let us know what you thought about the performances, and also if you got any pearls of wisdom from these musicians and their life experiences. I particularly loved hearing about Matt's story and his perspective to life. Matt lives in Los Angeles and he's joining us from there, and it was really special. Next up, we have a special treat that I promised in the beginning. It's a guided meditation session, so sit back and get back into that frame of reference. The performance section is sort of over, but this is equally special. We're using the power of Indian ragas and what we call as slokas to meditate, and you will see how the music resonates with your inner soul and how it takes you into the deeper silence. Slowly we're building the building blocks of what it takes to go deeper, and the effects of these sessions you will see for several hours after. So thank you for joining us. Sit back, relax, and get ready for a guided meditation session led by Amrit Namiyar, who's going to use the power of Indian classical music to guide us through a session.
Hello, my name is Amrit Namiyar. We are going to see how music helps us to achieve a state of thoughtless awareness. I'm going to sing 3 short Indian melodies that will help us to bring our attention within. If you wish, you can close your eyes and enjoy the music.
Omkaram bindu sayuktam nityam dhyayante yoginaha kamadam mokshadam chaiva Omkaraya namo namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru me Deva Shubhakaryeshu Sarvada.
Now that our attention is inside, let's take our right hand on the left side of our heart. Here resides our spirit. The truth is that we are not this body, this mind, intellect, ego, or conditionings. We are the pure spirit. And just by recognizing this, we can feel peace and silence within. Let's continue the meditation. I'm going to sing one more melody.
Karpura Gauro Karunavataram करुणावतारम् संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारम् सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवामि सहितं नमामि.
Now, let's keep our right hand palm on the top of the head. Apply a pressure. You can push your fingers upward a little bit and massage the scalp 7 times clockwise. Just the scalp. And let's say within, Mother, give me my self-realization. Mother, establish my self-realization. Let's continue the meditation and listen to the final song.
सर्वमङ्गलमङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते. ब्रह्मरूपे सदानन्दे परमानन्द स्वरूपिणी रिद्धि सिद्धि प्रदे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते. शरणागत 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 दीनार्थ परित्राण परायणे सर्वस्यार्थि हरे देवी नारायणी 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 नमोस्तुते.
Gently open your eyes. Just try to feel your state. Try to witness the deep silence that is settled inside you. And just watch your hands or at the top of your head. What do you feel? This beautiful state will become the most natural thing. Become a part of your personality and help you become more resilient, balanced, and strong as you face the challenges of life. Yes, it is curated, but it is also joy-giving. It transforms your personality and you become who you are really meant to be before life happened and changed you. You become more of who you were born as. So this is transformative, yes, but you go back to being the core you, the strong you, the innocent you, and mostly the joyous you, what we call as Satchit Anand in Sanskrit. This is, my friends, the beginning of this journey. We have this 3-week series. I urge you to go back and listen to them. Slowly we have built as slow building blocks and grown you in this experience. We have taught you techniques that can be essential tools, everyday tools for you to learn and to practice. But we don't stop there. We actually have weekly sessions that we have scheduled for you where you can join us and use those weekly sessions as a way to learn from people more experienced than you who are volunteering their time. These are all on Zoom, so you can do it from the comfort of your home. If we can pop the slide up with the weekly sessions. I wanted to share that we have these classes on Mondays at 12 p.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And we also have a special series that's being done by our friends and family in Dallas. It's called Meditation for Moms, and just for moms who are caregivers, nourishers, for them to use for their own nourishment. That's on Thursdays at 9 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern and 8 to 8:30 p.m. Central. Now you see the links on the website on the slide there, but you also have a QR code where you can just use your phone camera, look at that QR code and get a download of this. This is a recorded session. It's not going anywhere, so you can come back to this slide and see those sessions. I urge you to commit the time once a week, just 1 hour, to come learn more. But more importantly, I urge you to do the balancing exercise we did every day, as well as the foot soak every night. 3 weeks. Indulge me, trust me, and give me 3 weeks of regular practice of meditation, and you'll see your life transform. Like Shrimataji says, like a beautiful flower blooming, the full bloom of your personality will come out and you'll see life in a totally different dimension. Last but not the least, I want you to leave you with the video we promised for this week. It's a story of Sahaja Yoga, story of Shrimataji's journey, and a story of her method that she has spread to over 85 countries around the world. Thank you so much for your time, for your commitment, and for being part of this beautiful journey for us. I leave you with a special video we've compiled just for you.
Since the beginning of time, human beings have been searching for answers. Who am I? Why am I here? What is the purpose of existence? Many great incarnations and prophets have tried to shed light on the human dilemma and urge us toward spiritual awakening. Like different flowers on one tree of life, they spoke the same truths, but were bathed in different fragrances. Buddha saw enlightenment as the answer to our suffering, a 1,000-petal lotus emanating from the crown of the head. Muhammad also spoke of the Ruh, a cool breeze flowing out of the top of the head and the hands. At the time of resurrection, your hands will speak, he explained. And Krishna, in his playful mirth, depicted the need for yoga, or union with the divine. He spoke of the collective nature of man and the need for each of us to dissolve into the ocean of bliss. Christ also explained that salvation would come only through second birth. Forgiveness and compassion would clear the path towards this awakening, which would be felt as tongues of cool flames crowning the head in a divine halo.
I was very lucky that I was able to meet with Shri Mataji when I was about 18 years old. And she was staying in Bombay, and she was at that time the wife of the chairman of the Shipping Corporation of India. My mother knew her, so we went over to her home, and my mother said, "Here is a special person, and you'll feel good if you meet her." There were not that many people. There were a few people in Bombay. They'd meet for meditation. In fact, when they met for meditation, Shri Mataji herself would be there, sitting in front of everybody. But it took a few years after that to fully realize the power of the vibrations.
Since 1970, Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi began teaching a small group of seekers how to meditate. She stood behind each individual and raised the Kundalini by placing her hands on the various energy centers along the spine. This was a natural process which awakened their residual power of pure desire. She awakened this power called Kundalini, which lay dormant in the sacrum bone at the base of the spine, coiled in 3.5 coils. When awakened, it rose up the spinal cord, connecting and enlightening the energy centers. As it pierced the fontanelle bone area at the top of the head, they were connected with the divine.
Although she was working with only a handful of people, she was searching for a universal method which would allow her to give this experience to large groups of people. She soon developed a technique for en masse self-realization. Taking into account all the different combinations and permutations of the human personality, the method was startlingly simple. The seeker would express his or her desire by holding the left hand towards Sri Mataji. Verbal affirmations helped the mothering energy to rise, and the experience could be verified by feeling the Kundalini in the hands and above the head. As more and more people expressed their desire to have this awakening, she began an en masse self-realization movement.
We can see from one point of view that human beings are created as human beings. And they have mental, emotional, all these sides. Now they are guided by their emotional side, maybe mental side, also depending on the birth and all that. So they are bound by all these things. We have within us a power, I call it as Kundalini, which is kept in the triangular bone, which is sleeping there. So when you awaken that Kundalini, she passes through these various aspects of our life. And she enlightens them. Not only enlightens them, but she binds them and makes them one. That is where we become above all these things and we become ourselves.
Since 1970, she has given enlightenment en masse in over 65 countries around the world, from Russia to Australia. In 1995, at a program held in Bombay, Sri Mataji raised the Kundalinis of over 100,000 people at the same time. People overflowed from the hall and sat in the streets. Unable to hear the lecture, they simply held out their hands and felt the joy.
When I came to Sri Mataji, I was the child of my generation. And then, with this sort of very permissive lifestyle that we had, our generation, then when you come to someone like Sri Mataji, who is purity herself, and all your chakras are basically in jeopardy, all your chakras are more or less broken. And it's really hard because visibly, Sri Mataji was working on me, and then she was going and vomit in the bathroom next minute, because my system was really damaged by the lifestyle, which was basically the lifestyle of a kid of my generation. But when she came and she told me what she was here for, what she had come for, what she was going to give mankind, what she was giving mankind already, then that was making the whole thing meaningful, the whole course of history. Then I was like, I don't know how you say this in English, écrasé. I was like stunned by the magnitude of it all, because just imagine that suddenly you get a big secret.
You are your own master, no doubt, but you are to be made into it. Unless and until you are connected to the means through this, unless and until you are baptized, you are not your spirit. Now the spirit resides in your heart. Nobody knows, you see. He resides in your heart. But you are not aware of it. When the Kundalini passes through these various centers and pierces through this one, then the seed of the spirit is here. If it doesn't work, we'll work it out later.
The chakras are simply anatomical locations that are physiologically understandable by terms of autonomic nervous plexi. So this is the cardiac plexus, the heart chakra is the cardiac plexus. The Vishuddhi is the cervical plexus. Now, what I don't understand is how you can get cool air coming out of your head. That's not part of my training. There is no way in allopathic medicine, in Western teaching, that you get cool air coming out of your head, and as it goes past here, you go into meditation.
The knowledge about this subtle system, that is the Kundalini, about the 7 chakras, and about these 3 energy channels, all this is described in Yoga Sutra. What Sri Mataji has given to us, she has described how each energy centers, they are controlling different organs of our body. Any disease is because of some imbalance in these energy centers. The correction can be effected only with the Kundalini awakening. When this union of your own divine energy with the cosmic energy takes place, then yoga is said to have occurred. Normally, a person cannot stop his or her thoughts, but when the Kundalini gets awakened, then a person is put into a thoughtless state, and finally it goes up to the Sahasrara and a person is feeling the cool breeze.
Yoga or union had become effortless. No more standing on your head, no need for expensive mantras. Now it was easier to get your enlightenment in the heart of London than it was in the Himalayas. Visits to the psychiatrist's couch were no longer necessary. Sri Mataji was not concerned with the quantity of people, but with the quality of the seekers. She never took any money for giving or developing self-realization, and started Sahaja Yoga with her own resources. To this day, she insists that you cannot pay for your spiritual ascent.
So all these ideas about religion and God and all that must be again reformed. There's no need to ring the bells or anything. Bells have to be inside.